Hey folks, welcome to Movement Monday. We are your hosts, Reyes and Hampton. Nicola Hampton, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. We'll jump right in, like I always like to say. um, Today we're going to talk about what's not working and what doesn't work when it comes to movement, when it comes to supplementation, when it comes to dieting, and what's not working. And First and foremost, I want to just come right off the bat and say what's not working is what you're not doing. If you're not doing it, it's not going to work. Whether it's movement related, whether it's diet related, whether it's life related, if you're making a commitment to something and you're not holding up your end of the commitment, it's not going to work. And so, coming up on the end of a challenge, I know that we've had a lot of people that see success in our challenges, but there are the few people that don't give it enough chance to stay consistent with it and don't give it enough chance to see the success. And those are the people that we can't help. If you have to be willing to help yourself in order to get the help that we're trying to offer. Thoughts?
Well, the first thing that came to my mind when you said that was I cannot tell you how many people have said like, "Oh, this isn't working," or that's not working. And I'm like, okay, what are you eating? Like,
Yeah,
because and they'll be like, "Oh, this," and people like don't understand, like, yes, food fuels your body, but you need nutrients dense food to fuel your
yeah,
body. I saw this meme the other day and it was like, oh, it wasn't even really a meme. It was like someone talking about food and they're like, oh, you eat so little. And it's like a Chick-fil-A meal, and it's like 1,400 calories or whatever. And it's like whatever you get at Chick-fil-A. And then the other person's like, back to them, well, you eat so much. And it's like 4 containers of meal prepped food, but it ends up being the same amount of calories as the Chick-fil-A meal.
so we're clearly on the same algorithm because I've seen that video,
Oh,
and it's the
so
Chick Fil A
and
on
I'm
the
like,
left side lined up, and the
yep.
4 containers on the other
Yeah,
side. So
isn't that
yeah,
crazy though? And I'm like,
yeah,
people, that is so true. Like people will be like,
yeah,
well, you eat so much, but it's
hmm
literally the same amount of calories as the Chick-fil-A meal that the other person chose or whatever. But
yeah.
like that, like if you're not nutrients dense food, uh, and that gets overseen, I feel like, because people will be like, well, I had this and this, and I'll just, you're not the right choices.
Yeah. Well, and it's all about choices, and that's the thing is you can pick and choose, and sometimes it's almost a double-edged sword to know what you can pick and choose because we make it. I say this for myself, and maybe you do this too, but I can make excuses for myself of I'm going to have that, but know that I'm going to burn that off later. And so, or, because I work extra hard or because I'm going to be in the gym tomorrow morning, first thing,
Yeah.
I can eat this tonight for dinner because I'm going to burn calories, a ton of calories in the morning.
Yeah.
But there has been times where I'll be like, well, tomorrow's a rest day, so I probably shouldn't eat that because I'm not going to burn that. Even though, at some point that becomes detrimental because your body does burn calories overnight in your sleep. You burn the most calories in your sleep, or not the most, but you burn a lot of calories in your sleep, and that does help. But also, you have to understand that your body is sitting still at that point, and so you're not really doing anything to help it. So
Mhm.
you're not really helping by putting extra calories in that for your body to work extra harder to
Right.
build. So
That's funny
it's just
because
like,
I had the same exact like thought
uh-huh,
process of like choosing to eat things because I'm like, and sometimes like I get on the thought of like, oh, I work so hard, like I can reward myself, but it's not always a yes.
yeah,
Like to have those extra calories. It's sometimes I say no.
yeah.
Like, and you have to have that willpower to say no to the wrong choices, or not as great choices. I won't say wrong, but you also have to give yourself grace sometimes and eat the cookie or whatever. It is.
That's exactly what I was going to say, but it's also that cookie, not 15 cookies.
Yeah.
It's a matter of sometimes you just need to get that off, that taste on your palate just to satisfy
Mhm.
that craving. But, a lot of times pushing off that craving and just getting it out of your mind is going to help you more, because once you give into that, it also then becomes a bigger craving. And so,
Yeah. Well,
I,
that's another thing. It's like if you for so long restrict yourself from things you love
uh-huh.
and you give yourself a little taste of that, you're gonna just eat the crap out of it.
That's what I was just about to say. So in previous challenges or previous, whatever weight loss challenge I've tried to do, weight management challenge, um, I've always given myself a grace of that I'll have, dark chocolate with like peanut butter at night. And I just take a few chips, put them in a bowl of peanut butter, throw them in the microwave, and that's kind of like a dessert for me.
Mhm.
And I haven't done that with this challenge. And I realized last week that it's been probably a good 3 weeks since I've had any type of nighttime dessert. And I was trying to figure out why I'm starting to feel like I'm a little bit, my scale's not moving, but I can tell my clothes are fitting different and whatnot. And I'm like, what
Mhm.
what what am I doing different? Because I'm consistent with everything that I stick with probably about 90% of the time. There are times where I'm not, but um, and this time it's been a little bit more helpful. But it's the whole mindset um, of not having that sugar at night. And so, and it's a healthier sugar, if you will, but it's still sugar.
Yeah.
And so I was actually, it was a little bit of being proud of myself that I haven't given into those cravings. So
Yeah, that's huge. I feel like also um you could be like more sad, like if you're making better choices in your food throughout the day, like nutrients dense, you're just
mhm,
more satisfied as well. Like your mind
yeah,
doesn't take you to, oh, I'm hungry, or what can I eat right now, if that makes sense. And I know
yeah,
Heidi says it all the time. She's like, you're thinking that you're hungry, but really you just need to drink some water, which is
that
also,
helps a lot. Yeah,
yeah, so true. So,
yeah, definitely. Alrighty, and our favorite topic to discuss is movement, which is we're Movement Monday. When you're in a challenge and you're in life basically. If you're not consistent with your movement, it's not going to become easier, and it's not going to become more of a lifestyle, if you will. And that's definitely not going to work for you if you don't continue on with it. I know I've done the same workout now probably for a few years, and so I love it. It's working for me, but I'm continually getting stronger, and I've changed up what I do recently just to help with, building strength versus my cardio endurance. And so I'm trying to help because, believe it or not, the strength actually does help with my endurance as well. So um, I don't know. What are your thoughts on the movement part of
oh, I I don't
that?
know. I don't know if this even goes with it, but you adding that you need to do your strength. I was just thinking about that the other days. I've been so cardio heavy lately. Like I've never was a cardio person. Um, but I, I don't know.
Well, and so that's important that you say that, because I think a lot of people get mistaken, and this is where the whole personal trainer mindset comes into play. Um, people think that if you want to lose weight, you run hard, heavy cardio. But also, like, what a lot of people miss is that building that strength, the muscles are going to help you burn fat faster than that cardio
Yes,
would, and
I was
so
just
you
gonna
can
say that.
you can do shorter, heavier workouts and burn more fat than you do if you did longer cardio workouts. And cardio
Yeah.
is important, but also, you can change up your cardio too. I mentioned before that for the whole first quarter of 2024, I power walked on the treadmill rather than running, and that was to try to boost my strength, because again, I'm focusing on strength, and it was pivotal in helping. I mean, my legs. I took measurements on Sunday, yesterday, and because we're ending the challenge here, and we're supposed to take measurements, and you're going for less inches, but my legs are a little bit bigger than they were before. And so, it's like, is it a win? Is it a loss? It's a
Right.
win in one area, it's a loss in another, but also, again, let's go gains,
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
so
I know the challenge is it's really eye-opening because it makes you sit and think about like everyone is on such a different journey. Like
yeah,
gains, like you and I may want gains, but it's hard because you may want inches lost in other places, if that makes sense. But there's
yeah,
other people that have, the total opposite. They do not want any gains
yeah,
anywhere. They want all the inches lost, which is great. But it's really nice to see everyone on a different journey and be a part of
yeah.
it.
Well, and it's perception.
Right.
It's understanding what that gains mean. My legs are they have more circumference to them, not because they got fatter, but because I'm building muscle in my legs.
Yeah.
But also my stomach area, I lost inches, which is kind of the goal.
Yeah.
So it's not kind of the goal; it is the goal. I mean, because I carry all my fat in my mid region. I'm your typical mid 40s man. If that's where the fat's going to sit, and that's the hardest place to lose it. And so when I see that
Yeah.
shrinking, then I know that that's my win. If my inches are gaining anywhere else, then I'm okay with that.
Right.
And so, but it's also understanding how your body works and what your body's doing, and where a gain is actually, is important. You should have a gain in some of those inches if you're working heavy and lifting weights and whatnot. So
Yeah. Yeah. I just want to add too that the challenge also has very like the other end of what we've been talking about. Can we add
yeah,
to that?
sure,
So I feel like we've talked about this multiple times, but I know we're getting to the end of the challenge, but we will have another one. And if anyone wants to join us, the accountability and the team that we have is awesome.
yeah.
I mean, I know we've said that a million times probably, but I can't get over it, honestly.
No, and it is huge, and I think that in this challenge, it's kind of helped what our topic is today, of that what's going to work for you is whatever you're consistent with, whatever you stick
Mm-hmm.
with, and looking at specifically in diets. Yes, we all use the same supplements and the same products when it comes to vitamins and supplementation, but the different styles of eating can be successful depending on your lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
There's some people that are doing keto, some people that are doing, just low carb in general. There's some people that are doing, Mediterranean style. Me, who I'm doing, low fat, low sugar, and it's all different, but it's all effective as long as you're sticking with it. If you don't
But
stick with it,
they
go ahead.
also you get to choose it. You
Yeah,
get to choose. No one chooses it for you. So
yeah.
you can pick what works best for you, what you like the most out of all the options. So that right there is no excuse. Like you get to
Well, and
choose.
I think that that's a pivotal part of the success of this program, is that we're not telling you what you have to eat. It's more of a,
Mhm.
here's a suggestion, but also we have resources within our company of all the people that have done these different styles of diets,
Yeah.
or lifestyles. It's not, I hate the word diet because it always gives the implication of that, it's going to end. And so, yeah, you'll take more breaks if you're not on your challenge, but also understanding of what your commitment to your new lifestyle is going to be the term, or the key to long-term results. And so, and just because you're ending a 45-day challenge doesn't mean you've hit your end all be all goal. That should be, a foundation of what's your new goal. Your new goal doesn't always have to be weight management. It can be building strength. It can be have a healthier body. It can be, being able to run around with kids and grandkids for longer. There's long-term goals that are in there that these short-term goals are helping us reach. So
Can I add one more thing?
yeah,
You said resources, and this popped in my head. There, and the way you used it, I'm going to use it a little differently. We have a lot of resources, being people who they add recipes to our group. They add pictures of food to give you ideas of what to eat. Because I know, well, for me, I'm very creature of habit, so I literally just pretty much eat the same stuff. But and that's one of my goals for the next few weeks, is to really branch out on like meals and just getting out of my comfort zone with that, because I've been just so focused on getting, the right food in me, is I'm not really branching out of that. But resources, being individuals who are also doing the challenge, who have ate so many, or all the different meal plans that we have, but having resources within that, with meals and recipes and stuff. Sorry, that was, but
no. Well, there's options, and that's the thing. There's options, and that's the thing, and it's options that come with live person resources. It's not here, read this diet and know what it is, and everybody, and I'll say this because I've not found anybody that's not, but everybody that's participating is willing to share what they know, how they did it, the recipe they used for it, and it's just another, like you said, we've mentioned it plenty of times, but it's just a real cool thing to be part of.
It's hard not to talk about it.
Yeah. Good deal. Any final words before we wrap up, or
no? I'm good.
Cover it all. Good deal. Alrighty. Well, we'll wrap up. Once again, we are Hampton and Ray. This is Movement Monday. We do this every Monday to talk about movement, supplementation, and vitamins, and how they all work together in our environment, what works for us. If any of that is something of a passion of yours and you'd like to join us, we'd love to have guests. Please reach out to either one of us and let us know. We are both promoters for Innovative Nutrition. So we do have a line of vitamins and supplements, as well as weight management products that we'd love to share. We'd love to give you more information about. So reach out to either one of us if you'd like information on that. Also, we're both active, exercise people. So we'd love to share any resources we have on that. And so we're here to help. That's kind of sums it up. So other than that, we'll go ahead and wrap up. Remind you, drink your water, take your vitamins, get your movement in, get it done. Talk to you later.
Bye.